Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a Thirsty Thursday edition of the Slate, a special edition of the Slate on this Thursday, the first day of June in 2023, because we will be all about best ball. Yeah, that's right. NFL best ball has returned to DraftKings, ladies and gentlemen. And we are going to explain to you over the next 37 minutes or so how to get in on the fun for the 2023 NFL season. Now, I will be asking all of the stupid questions. Landon Solinsky is here, DraftKings editor, a best ball guru. We just got done with our pre-show meeting. It started a little after 4:30 because I was late. And you had an answer to every question. And I'm very excited that you are here, Landon. What's good, dude?
What's good? I'm glad to be here. Excited to draft some best ball. Ready to go.
Let's go, baby. So we're going to be doing a draft, right? And before we do that, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you because this is still relatively new to me. And I think it still may be relatively new to a good chunk of people out there. But for that chunk of people out there that this is still relatively new for, they need to realize you can make some serious cash on DraftKings. This is actually a really fun format too here, Landon, because before seasonal drafts like dominate the discussion, like best ball remains the most popular form of fantasy football, does it not?
Absolutely. It encapsulates the most fun part about fantasy football, which is drafting. You draft your team whenever you want up until the season starts, and you don't have to set your lineup. You don't have to do waivers. You don't have to do any of that. You just watch the points come in and hopefully win all the money at the end of the season.
Yeah, like in most of these formats, there's no roster management. Like, how easy is that? It's the whole, like, you mentioned it in our pre-show meeting. It's the whole set it and forget it format.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely becoming the most popular form of fantasy football. Actually, our draft is starting in 20 seconds.
In 20 seconds. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to this. Well, we could fire this up and like I could hammer you with some questions too, like as we do this thing. So let's go ahead and buckle up here. And for folks watching right now, it's important. By the way, where are you drafting? It's random, right?
Yeah, it gives you, once you join a 12-person league, it automatically gives you a random draft slot.
Okay, where'd you land here?
So we are picking at the 102, and it looks like I am on the clock here.
Wait. So, oh my God.
So
You've got the second pick? What are you doing?
So Justin Jefferson went first.
Of course.
I am going
so basic.
Of course. I'm going to take Jamar Chase of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, dude. Okay, so and you have rankings on DK Nation as well, right? Where
yes,
Jamar Chase has got to be like what, top 2, 3, like wide receivers for you, like in your rankings?
Yeah, he's right there. You can make the argument. It's really between, if Cooper Kupp, now that Cooper Kupp's going to be healthy this season, you can make the argument between him, Jefferson, and Chase being the wide receiver 1 overall for sure, especially on DraftKings with PPR scoring.
Okay, so this thing is like flying right now. Like I am enjoying whoever else is in this league right now, because one of the worst parts about drafting, at least season long, I have never played best ball in season long, is the people who take every second on the clock.
Oh yeah. Thankfully it's only 30 seconds. So
yeah, and anyone, again, you're new to this thing, totally get it. But if you want to get into like the best ball action, get your first $10 entry back in DK dollars when you join one of the millionaire contests that are available right now on DK. And if you enter 10 or more of these millionaire contests, by the way, you will get a rebate back from DraftKings. So once again, here we go. Get your first $10 entry back in DK dollars when joining one of the millionaire contests. And if you enter 10 or more of these millionaire contests, you will get a rebate back from DraftKings. Landon, explain to the people at home why it's important for them to like edit also like their pre-draft rankings here, or they can also upload a CSV file like with their custom draft rankings.
Yeah, so you can edit your own CSV, upload it to DraftKings, and then when you're looking at the draft board like this, you'll see your own rankings. You could just draft based right off those, so you don't have to like you can manage ADP on your own. You can just say, oh, this guy's still available. I have him ranked higher. I could just draft him now instead of later. It's very helpful when you're managing a portfolio. Hopefully you're drafting a bunch of these.
All right. How different would like best ball rankings be compared to, let's say, if we're looking at season long rankings? Are they going to be that different?
Yes, the main difference between best ball and season long, the biggest distinction is that there's no trades, there's no waiver wire. So once you draft your team, you are stuck with that team for the allotment of the season, and whatever happens, happens. So you have to be mindful of, position allocation, how many spots you're taking at each position, quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, etc. So like I said, there's no trades, there's no waiver wire. So, your running back tears ACL in August, you're screwed, unfortunately. So that's why you have to be very mindful of your portfolio.
Yeah. And when I was like talking to you and Shirag and producer Eamon, I was like, wait a minute. So people are drafting this early for best ball. And you're like, hell yeah, dude. And you've kind of already mentioned how exciting it is to like draft. Like people love this stuff. Dude.
Oh,
like, when it comes to season long, it's like guys plan like guy trips around their fantasy drafts. You know what I mean? Like they'll all get on a plane, they'll go meet somewhere in Mexico or some kind of golf trip in Arizona, and then they're going to take time out to have a few adult beverages and just draft the hell out of their football team.
Oh yeah, it starts. The NFL is a 12-month a year league at this point. As soon as the Super Bowl ends, we're looking forward towards next season. That's the way it goes now.
Okay, so your format in this specific draft, like what's the game plan here coming up next for you? What do you want to do?
I am usually a wide receiver heavy drafter. Wide receivers score the most points, and you have to start 3 of them. You could start 4 of them. You start 3 wide receivers and a flex. So you can get lapped by the field if you don't hammer wide receiver early and often. And forget it. You're just screwed otherwise.
Okay, so yeah, and just it kind of explaining the roster, a build out here. Your lineups consist of 20 players. Consist of 20 players. They got to include players from at least 2 different NFL teams. Okay. I'm reading the lineup requirements on DraftKings Nation, folks. So each week you're going to have 8 starting players and 12 bench players. Roster positions are quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 12 on the bench. And then each week your highest scoring players are automatically your starting lineup. This is a brilliant idea. I don't know whoever came up with this, but the fact that DraftKings is offering this format, it's so freaking easy.
It's the best form of fantasy football. I don't know how else to put it.
I don't know, man. Like, I love this. I want to be in a league with you.
Oh my God, let's go.
Let's go. Party with you, Neil.
Let's go. You can get drafted up to 150 in the DraftKings millionaire contest. So everybody get in there.
Lando, can I call you Lando?
Yes, sir. By all means.
All right. So don't call me sir, bro. I mean, I'm sure I'm like one of those guys. Don't do that. All right. I already feel old. I'm 1 year away from 40. My wife reminds me every time, and I'm starting to have a little too much fun. You're almost 40. I said, lady, relax. I love you. Tell me this. Eamon, shut up, dude. All right. How do injuries play into your best ball draft strategy, though?
Actually, I am on the clock here, so we can touch upon that in 1 second.
This is important. Come on, Landon.
All right.
Let's go. Right. We're all rooting for you.
I know. I'm trying to draft the winning team here. Actually, all right, so despite everything I just said about drafting wide receivers early, we are going to take Tony Pollard of the Dallas Cowboys here in round 2.
He's going to be the man. He's going to be the man in Dallas this year, dude.
Absolutely is, yes. Zeke Elliott is hopefully gone forever, and his only competition is 5'6" Deuce Vaughn. Hopefully he comes back healthy from his ankle injury that he broke in the playoffs, but he should be the man for sure for a run-heavy team.
All right, hold on. I'm going to pull up the 2023 best ball rankings here on the DK Nation website. These are my guy, Landon Solinsky's rankings. All right, you have Pollard listed as your 4th running back.
Yes, I'm very high on.
Yeah, you are. So you have McCaffrey as 1, Eckler, Bijan Robinson. I'm assuming those dudes are off the board already.
Yes, those dudes are all gone. All right, so now I'm on the clock again. I'm going to be selecting Devonta Smith of the Philadelphia Eagles here. So we got 2 wide receivers, 1 running back to start. Very solid.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is solid. You feel good. I mean, I guess when you're drafting, like I guess we all kind of end our drafts and we all say to ourselves, man, this is good. Like this is easily like the best team, right? You have to feel confident about your team.
Always. You have to draft as if you're right. You have to draft as if you're correct. That's the only way to win.
Landon, I am digging your strategy and your energy, and so is sweet little Georgia Bean. I love you, honeybee. Oh, Travis Etienne, you have him 12? I'm a Jags guy, dude. He's got to be like.
I don't know. They drafted Tank Bigsby. He's not really involved in the passing game as much as we'd like, but we'll see. Last year was his first. It was basically his rookie season after the Lisfranc injury in his rookie year. So the offense should be very good,
dude. Jags are going to win the Super Bowl this year. I know it sounds like
it's not surprising at all. No.
Okay, thank you.
Trevor Lawrence, baby. Let's go.
You're a smart kid. Oh, and then Calvin Ridley,
let's go. I don't think he didn't forget how to play football in the year and a half that he took off.
No, he didn't. And that was such a damn good trade. Like that was because he was so far off the radar. Other teams did not think about like Calvin Ridley at all when they're like, man, we got to upgrade our roster. We need like a better wide receiver. Everyone else in the NFL playing like Connect 4. The Jags playing chess.
They're playing 3D chess, exactly.
3D chess, baby.
Still can't believe they won that playoff game against the Chargers.
I know. Down 28-0. Oh my God. I'm going to have to take a cold shower. I'm going to have to take such a cold shower after the show, man.
I hear you.
Have you seen like the other rosters right now, how they're stacking up? Wait, so someone's already drafted Trevor Lawrence, I see.
Yep. What can we do?
That's our biggest competition.
No, Trevor Lawrence is still in. That's my queue. That's right there.
That's in your queue. Okay, that's my
queue, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's still there. My bad.
So how early are you going to take a quarterback?
Well, it depends on. I usually let it come to me. I don't want to reach too early a lot of times. It depends on if you get one of the elite guys, the elite tier, then I usually like to end up with 2 QBs because there's just no need to take a third if you have like a Hurts or a Mahomes or a Josh Allen, etc. And I think Trevor Lawrence would be entering that tier of upper echelon QBs. But
yeah, 100%.
If you end up getting sniped, if it's a QB heavy draft early, then my personal strategy would be to take one in the middle rounds and take a couple later on. You could start with like a Dak Prescott. You could finish it up later with like a Mac Jones, a Daniel Jones, etc. And you end up with 2 to 3, with 3 or even 4 potentially if you miss out on those top guys.
All right. So does Josh Allen reportedly landing on the Madden cover change where you would put him?
No, he's undraftable. No, I'm just kidding. No,
the Madden curse has kind of been crushed lately.
I know I haven't played Madden in a minute, but I remember back in the day. Forget it. It was literally a curse. It played into my fantasy football leagues when I was like 15 years old. We would all, you drafted the guy in the Madden curse here. But thankfully that trend has been ended for the most part.
Yeah, I agree. When we were out in the Super Bowl, who was it? Sean Alexander.
Oh yeah,
Sean Alexander had a couple absolute killer seasons there for the Seahawks. He landed on a cover back when there was a video game like NCAA football. So he was on the cover for that, and then he was on the cover of Madden. And then that was when the Madden curse was still a thing. And I remember him telling us when we were out there in Arizona, he was like, yeah, like I was just old. Like he had hit, 30, 31 and just a lot of usage. So he was a little banged up. And I said, okay, if you could go back and do it again, would you, knowing the Madden curse at the time, felt like a real thing, would you choose to say, no, I do not want to be on the cover? And he goes, hell no, dude. I'm still getting paid from being on the Madden cover, man. He loves that stuff.
All right. So we are on the clock.
We are on the clock. Let's go.
Fortunately, I'm very annoyed. I had Christian Kirk queued up. I was going to stack him with Trevor Lawrence, but this is how we have to adjust on the fly here. So we are going to select TJ Hawkinson. That way we can make this a 2 tight end team and set that and forget it. We don't have to worry. Actually, let me make sure I get him there. Wow.
Yeah.
What a novice I am. I almost didn't get him. Okay, we got it.
No, dude. Okay.
So now, as you can see here, we have Pollard, we have Jamar Chase, we have Devonta Smith, we have TJ Hawkinson. So we're pretty well rounded so far. Look to get a QB in there and then just start filling out the rest of the roster positions.
Okay, so is this a situation where, like, do you want to do typically like, regular DFS? In my experience, there are some stacks. Would you? And this is like a season long best ball thing. Like, these are your guys for the whole season. Would you do season long stacks?
Yeah, look, football is all about correlation. So when your quarterback throws a touchdown pass, it's if you have their wide receiver he's throwing it to, you get double the points. It's just how it works. Anyway, so just real quick, I was on the clock again. I took DJ Moore, who I think is going to have a big season this year in his first year in Chicago. So now we have 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 running back. So this is definitely most likely going to be a 3 quarterback roster here.
Okay. Where do you have? I'm opening up your quarterback rankings here. You've got Justin Fields as a top 5 quarterback.
Yep.
For your best ball rankings, again, on DK Nation, everybody. I am Emerson Lotzi. If you're just tuning in, this is Landon Solinsky. We're drafting a best ball team right now. This man knows everything there is to know about best ball football, which is back on DraftKings. It's a fun format. You're going to draft 20 dudes, and basically your highest scoring guys are going to be slotted into your starting lineup. Set it and forget it.
Yeah, we can touch on that actually.
Let's go, homie.
The best ball format is very interesting. So what happens is weeks 1 through 14, the regular season, you're in a 12-person league, and the top two advance to the playoffs, to the next round. And then weeks 15, 16, and 17 are the postseason. So in week 15, you're replacing another 12-person league where the top 1 person advances. And then again, that happens in week 16. You're in another 12-person league if you make it that far. And then the top 1 person advances again. And this is, I'm talking about for the big millionaire contest on DraftKings, of course. And then the championship round, week 17, is a 1,300-man tournament with $1 million up top. And the playout structure is extremely flat. So I think it's about $500,000 to second, $400,000 to third, et cetera, et cetera. And then 10th place is 10% of first place. So it's really, really cool payout structure for the millionaire contest. So definitely recommend getting in there.
Absolute fat cash, man. So people can go on the DraftKings right now, as I have, and you can go into the lobby, and there are just a boatload of NFL best ball contests already there.
Yep, varying from all dollar amounts for high stakes, low stakes, whichever you want to do. Yep.
And folks, Matt Cody, if you want to punch up, because I don't think we're on the clock here for another couple spots. We're going to punch up those full screens again, brother. You could get your first $10 entry back in DK dollars when joining one of the millionaire contests. And if you enter 10 or more of these millionaire contests, you will get a rebate back from DraftKings. So some cool perks there. Try to get you involved, get you in one of these contests, and get you rich. Landon, you see the DK dollars earned here. You're looking at the full screen here.
Oh, yes. Oh, let me pull that up. Yes, I see.
Look at this, man. NFL best ball. So the $10 million millionaire entries here. So basically what? You put in 10 entries in the $10 million millionaire. So you're going to get, 5 DK bucks back, 5 DK dollars. So this is okay. This is easy to understand. If I can understand it, anybody at home can understand it, because I don't understand much.
So if you max the 150, you get 10% of your entry fees back, just like that.
Yeah, great. Thank you for saying it even
my pleasure
more simply than I did. That's why you are here. What are we gonna do next? Are we going quarterback next?
So I am looking at Dak. Hopefully he does not get sniped because. Okay, he did not. So we are going to select Dak Prescott, and the reason
Trevor just got scooped.
Yeah,
who is that person? Can you message that person? Can you talk trash? Do we have a chat thing here?
To be honest, I don't believe so. No.
Tell them they're a coward and a
I know
fraud.
they stole my Trevor. Well, first I got sniped on Christian Kirk, so we were never getting Trevor after that. But so anyway, like I was going to say is I already have Tony Pollard, and it's nice to be all in on an offense like that when you're drafting for the entirety of the season, I should say. Hold on, I'm on the clock once again here. Let me
Yes.
I believe, yeah, okay.
Dude,
all right, nervous. So yeah, I'll take Mike Evans. I'm going to take Mike Evans because
I don't like that.
He should not still be here. I do not believe. I know Baker Mayfield is not, Tom Brady, of course, but he's still, had 1,000 yards in every season he's ever played in the NFL. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer when he decides to hang it up, and
Landon.
And he adds to this roster pretty nicely.
Landon. That I'm doing like, how Yahoo gives out grades after that. I mean, that's a D right there.
You don't like it? You don't like Mike Evans?
Dude, there was the video making its rounds yesterday of all like the 2 or 3 Bucks quarterbacks, and one of them is Baker, and they had just some of the throws that just looked like straight ass.
I get it.
Missing wide open receivers that didn't have any defenders on them, and there was no pressure on these guys, and they just can't hit them.
I don't know. Baker looked pretty good towards the end of the year when he was with the Rams, so maybe he can I don't know. Maybe he can find his footing a little bit. He's got Chris Godwin. He's got Mike Evans. He's got some weapons to throw to, so maybe he won't be
he's got a ridiculous set of weapons there. Like, now I don't know. The offensive line has got to be a little better than it was. Like, Tom Brady lost like 3 starters before I felt like week 1.
Oh, yeah. It was
last
just
year.
Doomed from the start for Tom last year.
I mean, you're right, though. We're about to find out. And I'm pretty sure which side it's going to be on. We're about to find out if Baker has had Baker issues or if it's had like talent around him issues, because he's had a couple good wide receivers like during his days with Cleveland.
I don't think he is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but I think he can get the ball to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I do believe that. Yes.
Well, I certainly hope so, because he's on our team.
Oh yeah. Let's
and
do it.
with us being co-owners here,
of course.
I'm very excited to be together.
Absolutely. I'm actually annoyed. Brandon Cooks just got taken. So what I was going to say earlier when I took Dak is it's kind of easy to double stack him late. You can because his receivers outside of CeeDee Lamb go after him. So like Brandon Cooks just went, and we are in round 7, and then like Michael Gallup, who I'm really high on this season, a year removed from his ACL injury. Yeah. He goes late too. So if you miss out on the early quarterback, you take Dak, and you could still get a couple of his pass catchers, and his tight ends go super late too because they're young. So yeah, just be mindful of that when you're making your draft selections. Coming up here.
So there's a couple, as I'm reading again, the How to Play NFL Best Ball on DraftKings. It's on DK Nation. And there's a couple new features, I guess, in 2023. So they're going to allow, and we kind of touched on some of these already, Landon. We're going to allow users to upload a spreadsheet to kind of customize the pre-draft player rankings.
Yes, sir.
Which is important just in case like you miss your draft, right? Like say you get into a contest, you miss your draft. You don't want to get screwed there.
No, and you want to end up with the players that you want. You're not, because if you get auto picked, it'll just take the next highest player based on ADP on the board. So like right now it would be if I just got timed out, it would be who is the highest? It would be Darren Waller, and I already have TJ Hawkinson. So it's like that's you know what I mean.
You failed me last year.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Don't
injured every other week. But if he can be healthy, because where is he now? The Giants?
Yeah, he's on the Giants. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Danny Dimes tossing dimes to a healthy Darren Waller. Darren Waller got paid, and then it was like, all right, no, I'm good.
Poor guy. He married his from the WNBA, and then they shipped him off from the Vegas Aces. He married her, and then they got traded to New York. So
I know.
It's a cool world.
And she said it was because McDaniels didn't get invited to the wedding. She's like, he was definitely like salty about that.
Well, you know what? He has no room to be mad about anything because he did a terrible job last year. Okay, we are on the clock again.
Okay.
Here.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
What is your gut telling you, Captain?
Too early for Gallup. All right. What I'm going to do here is something a little risky, but I'm going to take Javonte Williams, who is coming off a torn ACL And
damn it.
hopefully he takes the first however many weeks to get himself right. And then we could pick it up in the second half of the season when all the money is made towards the postseason, and he could be a fantasy all-star for us come postseason time. And that's exactly. And he rounds out their starting running backs. So now we have Tony Pollard and Javonte. And wow, I believe I'm on the clock again here. That was
quick. You are.
Okay, it's still a bit. Yeah, it's too early for Gallup here. All right, you know what? No, Rashad Bateman should not be here. We're gonna take Rashad Bateman here, the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar got his back contract.
Lamar's on a revenge tour, guy.
I would not bet against Lamar Jackson this season, and so he has the best complement of weapons he's probably had since he entered the league. They drafted a receiver, Zay Flowers. They have Bateman healthy. They have Mark Andrews healthy. They have Odell Beckham now, who I'm not as high on, but hey, he still needs to be.
I don't know why everyone's so like. He's getting paid about like $15 million. What is he? He's like 40 now, and he's had like seven torn ACLs.
Torn ACLs, exactly. So it's the last time he played was like 2018 Super Bowl. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's the fact that he's out there. He even if he could be a decoy, it's just the threat of him. The Eagles were like that for years with Deshaun Jackson or whatever team he really went to. When he's out there, the offense just runs a whole lot smoother, and I have a feeling the Ravens are going to be like that with OBJ out there as well.
Lando, big news for us here. Good news, great news. This was like a couple weeks ago. Sean Payton said he's hopeful Javonte Williams is going to be ready for training camp.
Let's go, baby.
And he's doing extremely well.
Listen,
he says, I would tell you that we expect him to be ready for the start of training camp, and that's good news. His rehab is going well. And dude,
we love to hear it. They did sign Samaje Perine from the Bengals, but if Javonte's healthy, last year he was criminally underused by. I don't even want to say the coach's name because he doesn't.
And Payton says our current starter is doing really well.
Sean Payton is one of the he's an offensive genius, first ballot Hall of Famer. Like I trust him. So if I think he knows how to handle his RB room, and I think Javonte is going to have a big season if that is true, and he is in fact going to be ready for week 1.
I was at a charity auction a couple weeks ago at a bowling alley, and I put a ticket into the box for a Sean Payton signed football, Denver Broncos.
Yeah,
and I won that. And it's currently in the back of the car that I share with my wife. And so it is at her work right now in the back of the car.
Terrific. You love to see it.
Yeah, you do. And you know what else is back there? You know what I bid on? And I beat everybody out for, and it went for more money than a signed LeBron jersey, is a signed Trevor Lawrence helmet. Yes, it went for hundreds of dollars more than a jersey signed by the man who has scored the most points in NBA history. Now, some of that was because I was battling with someone else, and I'm like, I'm getting this helmet. And I don't think enough people appreciated the LeBron factor.
Look, I'm extremely first of all, I'm the biggest LeBron fan there is, but I am extremely high on Trevor Lawrence moving forward. He did not appear to have it early on, and I was I had my doubts. And then last year, the ascension happened in like 15 minutes, and now forget it. He's already in top 10, and he's probably going to skyrocket to the top 5 this year. He's going to be in that Mahomes tier pretty soon.
I will say, Matthew Cody, our technical director right now, not happy that there's someone else who believes in America's team, who believes in the Jacksonville Jaguars here. Hey, do me a favor. Can you pull up the players tab? Chirag wants you to do that. So click over to like the draft board, right?
Yes,
and then I think no. It's all good. It's all good. Like this is like a cool feature, right? That
I should have done this. I should have done this earlier. Yes,
no. It's not a big deal.
You see exactly who's going off the board and when, and then as I can see, I'm up in 4 picks from now. So I'll switch back over once that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes back to like what we were talking about before here, Landon, just about some of like the new features. I mentioned the spreadsheet, customize the pre-draft rankings. That's important, people. Best ball standings update automatically as scores come in rather than weekly, after each interval. And then draft boards. What we're looking at now, draft boards on desktop and mobile web are now available. And that just looks pretty. Like I am drawn to that as someone with ADHD. Like I am drawn to this right here. And these colors are really doing it for me.
All the yellow, especially, is we want to see all those wide receivers. All this green, all these teams here with like, they already have 4 running backs there.
They're gonna lose, and
they're gonna lose.
that.
That's exactly what we want. We're trying to advance here.
Screw those guys.
We're gonna head back to the board here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the deal is. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right, I am on the clock.
All right,
we're gonna just keep hammering away at wide receivers here. We're gonna just draft Tyler Boyd here. We're gonna draft Tyler Boyd here of the Bengals. Now we have a little Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase as well. So we have a lot of
we want
team stacking going on here. Yeah, we need. Unfortunately, Joe Burrow got taken earlier, but look, the guy that has Joe Burrow, when Joe Burrow succeeds, most likely we are succeeding too, because he's throwing we have 2 of the 3 pass catchers that he's throwing the ball to. So, and wow, we are just like that. We are on the clock once again. Wow.
Dude, we are flying. I will say,
yeah.
While I want everyone else in this league to fail miserably, and I want us to be the best team on planet Earth, I am appreciative of them moving quickly.
Did I get timed out, or do we get? All right, good. We got Khalil Herbert. Very good. That was.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
you had me so nervous. I was so moist. I'm sweating.
Otherwise I would have taken Gallup around early, and not that that's terrible, but now we have a third running back very high in Khalil Herbert. Every time David Montgomery had gotten hurt in the past, he would be like the chalk of the week for DFS. Mm-hmm. So he could really play, and his competition is, Donta Foreman, not exactly a barn burner there. So I'm pretty high in Khalil Herbert. Now we have a
kind of brings me to the next point here, Landon. Like player exposure is major key in best ball. Oh, yeah. Is it not?
Yeah, if you're drafting a bunch of teams, you want to have a portfolio. So you should, you definitely you would never want to go 100%, or that'll never happen anyway. But just based on where you pick in each draft, but you try to spread out your exposures a bit, and you could still take shots at the guys you like and go higher on them. But it's nice to, like, if you draft 150 teams for the millionaire contest, it's nice to spread that out a bit and have exposures across the league.
All right, nice. Well, we've still got some folks at least watching live right now. So, Cody, maybe one more time we can punch up, since we have 3 minutes to go in show. So folks aren't going to see us finish out this draft here. We got to get out because we're going to have Madden. Yeah, we got Madden coming up. But let's punch them up. There you go. Thank you, Cody. So you will get your first $10 entry back in DK dollars when you join one of these millionaire contests. So enter now. Tons of contests to choose from, but we're talking about the millionaire contest. And yes, if you enter 10 or more of these Millie Maker contests, you will get a rebate back from DraftKings. This has been exceptional. Are we going to be able to see us make one more pick?
Hopefully.
Man, there it is again. There's the board.
We're coming up, and we got 12 picks to go. So how much time we have left?
Yeah, we'll have like a couple minutes. So one more pick.
Yeah,
so
we're
producer
racing
Raymond says, producer Raymond says we'll probably be able to get one more pick in here.
What we're hoping for is Michael Gallup here, so we could stack him with Dak.
What do you like the most about our team so far?
I think we're wide receiver heavy. We started Jamar, and then I took the value at RB with Pollard at the turn in round 2, but then we immediately went right back. See, you can you're on like a course here. You can take a detour from wide receiver, but you should always head right back on the path of wide receiver. You don't want to veer too far off the road and start getting, you know what I mean? So we went right back to Devonta Smith. We made another little detour we went elite tight end. We took TJ Hawkinson. So now we don't have to worry about taking 3 to 4 tight ends later on. We could just take a second one and be okay with that, because he should be a top 5 tight end this year. And then again, went right back to wide receiver. And then we took a QB, right back to wide receiver. So you just try to stockpile the most point scorers you can, and wide receiver score the most points. And that's the way I usually go about my drafts. But everybody's different,
Yes, everybody is very different. And I'm just fingers crossed Kirk Cousins is dialed into that tight end position.
Oh, he absolutely looked dialed into Hawkinson when he got traded. It's
true.
He looked so much better than he did when he was on the Lions. Even for a 9-game sample, he looked amazing. So,
who is ringing my doorbell right now? It is almost.
Don't they know we're in a draft?
Freaking dinner time.
Unreal.
The people are eating dinner. Then they're ringing it twice. Oh, I really hope it's not important.
It's the guy that's mad that I took Tyler Boyd, who had Joe Burrow.
You know, screw that dude.
Right? That's got to be hit.
Screw that dude.
Screw him.
He rings my doorbell one more time.
He's trying to tell you. He's pissed off that we drafted Tyler Boyd. He had Joe Burrow. He's getting ready to sack him up.
I will sick my love muffin dogs on them.
Yeah. All right. We are coming up here. Let's see.
Okay, we're coming up. We're coming up.
Oh no, Gallup got sniped from us here.
No, dude. You know what? Because I will say, there's a good chance some of these clowns in this league are watching us and are listening to us. And so they're kind of this is the war room right now.
This is.
And we've let other teams in, but that's how confident we are.
All right, so what we're going to do here is, and we didn't touch on this yet, but I'm going to oh, we're not on the clock yet. We're one away. But I'm going to hopefully select Sky Moore here on the Chiefs because, and that's exactly what we're going to do because now we are on the clock. Because the Chiefs play the Bengals in Week 17. And in Week 17 is where all the money is made. And if you can have a game stack of players from both teams in both games on your team, and that game goes off for 50 points, you're going to win $1 million. That's the way that's the way it works. So you should
Landon, you absolutely
of Week 17.
You absolutely kicked ass today, dude.
I appreciate
you're awesome. I know you're gonna finish this out for us. But we got producer Raymond and our technical director Matthew Cody telling us to wrap now because Madden is coming up very quickly. Tell everybody right now where all the information you have about best ball, where they can find it.
All my rankings right now are on DKNation.com, and they're going to be updated throughout the offseason, throughout the summer. Just get a couple pieces coming out soon about free agents that are still out there. You know, DeAndre Hopkins just got released, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, some rookie landing spots, some players on new teams. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. You're the man, brother. It's fun working with you for the first time. I also hear you're pretty good at golf picks. So we're going to have a discussion. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, producer Eamon. Thank you, Landon.